Now we are joined by the man of the hour, Evan Nelson. Hello, Evan. How you doing, my man?
Doing good, Mike. How are you?
Not too bad. First and foremost, I posted on Jason Scheer's message board about 7 years ago. Seriously, because I heard about you in middle school, followed you at Mountain View. A good friend of mine played ball with your pops. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, and so I posted on the board after it was we went to go watch you against Catfoot, and I said, "Listen, this is a kid, Evan Nelson, that I'm telling you could end up at the U of A. He's good enough to play here at some point." Evan Nelson, you made me right. I very much appreciate that.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Yeah. So, all right. So, talk about it a little bit. What's it feel like to be a Wildcat now, my man?
Oh man, it feels really good. I mean, it's a privilege and an honor. Growing up, going to, watch games at McHale, always watching Wildcat games on TV. Just being from, Tucson, I think it's the biggest show, the biggest thing that we have, in my opinion. So
Right.
to finally be on that court in McHale, it's been a dream, and I'm super excited to, have that opportunity.
Sure.
When you entered the portal, what was that process like for you in terms of Arizona and talking to the coaching staff and other schools, things like that?
Yeah. Um, I had no idea what it was going to be like going in. So, just put my name in the portal. I'm thinking like, oh, I'll be able to see something, but no, it's just literally like you email the AD and then you're just like, all right, you're in there. Let's see what happens. So I don't know, maybe had some lower level D2s reaching out to me, and I'm like, all right, this can't be it. But then like a couple days went by, and TJ had reached out from the staff, and then had said that they were interested, and then UCSD was somewhere that I looked at who just come off a nice tournament run, or well, they had a nice season and then a good first game, lost to Michigan, and then Furman as well, who we played throughout the season or this past season, and they have a really good coaching staff and they have a good program. So it was a pretty quick process, I think, comparatively to other guys. But that's exactly what I wanted. As soon as I found out that I'd have the chance to come back home, I had to take it. So yeah.
All right. Now we got to ask a question here. Everybody's asking. Sal, now with the rigors of the academic work at Harvard, are you prepared for Arizona?
Yes, it's the Harvard of the West.
Yes, I mean you're already in on this. I very much like that. Okay, talk a little bit about TJ Benson, because I was asking some people on the staff. I'm like, yeah, are you guys we need a third ball handler? Are you guys gonna reach out? And they did. Talk a little bit about your relationship with TJ. I mean, he's obviously the in-state guru on the staff.
Yeah, TJ started, man, I think he sent me a picture from like 7 years ago when I was probably a sophomore at South Point, man. He was recruiting me at GCU when he was there under Dan Marley. So our relationship's gone way back. He was one of the first coaches that, I really had a relationship with. And I mean, his brother and his dad are like everything
Right.
as far as, Arizona amateur basketball goes with, it was Power, but I played for Powerhouse, which his
Right.
father, started and built up. So just that connection coming around full circle is pretty crazy. So yeah, that's how far back I go with TJ.
Yeah, sure.
How would you describe your career at Harvard? Just, I mean, the injury and being able to play as much as you did last season. Just how would you kind of describe it overall?
Yeah. Man, I was just had my like exit interview with Coach Amaker today, and we talked about how I've been through pretty much everything I could go through here, from coming off the bench to not playing to having the just a terrible injury, coming back, starting games, hitting big shots for us. It's been a hell of experience. How would I describe it? Man, it's just learning and growth. Um, Coming in, you got to balance academics as well as you do athletics. And I think that's a major part of it. Like, hell, if I'm going to the gym for 3 hours, I probably got to study for double that, triple that, maybe even.
Right.
Um, so I mean, Coach Amaker has been awesome. Just had an event this week where I was just met Isaiah Thomas and some other really cool people, and we've met President Obama. So, I mean, the basketball experience was really, really holistic, and I think that's like something that Harvard emphasizes as far as just like academics, networking, professionalism, and then basketball. We did it all. I think, you know, I like winning, and so I wish we could have, made an Ivy League tournament or made it to the NCAA tournament, but that's what next year will be for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like that. Leads me into my next question there, Evan. Arizona this past year basically had one point guard, one primary ball handler. A lot of people are saying Arizona needs to add some. You add Braden Burries, but then you add yourself as well. Talk a little bit about what the coaching staff sees for the role for Evan Nelson this coming year.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to say that it's just, what you believe. I bring experience to a team that is coming in with, some young guys with Koa and with Braden and with Dwayne. So I just came off a team where I had to, like mentor 7 freshmen, and I was one of only 2 seniors. So
Right.
Bringing that experience and then helping out with the core nucleus of guys and JB and Delorso and Tobe. If I can take some pressure off of JB, that's my goal. But, I got to earn my minutes on the court, and I haven't, played 1 minute or even sweat at all in the Arizona jersey. So we got to see what it's like when I get out there in the summer. But no, I think I can take some pressure off the ball and knock down some shots when I'm open and create for other guys. But like, we have so many offensive weapons that, hell, I'm excited to just give these guys the ball and see what they can do. So no, I think it'll be good.
Sure.
What was the reaction with friends and family when you told them you were coming back home and playing in Tucson?
I mean, they were in disbelief. My family was very excited. I mean, the first time I told them, hey, Arizona reached out, they're like, oh, man, what, starry-eyed. Mouths dropped. My grandma was going crazy. And then, hell, I even had, friends on the team, Grant Whiteman and Luke Rosenblatt, who was I don't want to say he like flew out here when I committed, but he was with me when I committed, and he's like, man, this is awesome. So just having all the connections and ties to Tucson, and having my family there, it's been awesome. Every time I see people, I was back home, I think 3 weeks ago, and everybody's like, man, you got to be ready to play defense. Like, oh man, already. But no, it's good and it's exciting.
That was a really good Sal Point team when you think about it. You had you, Majuk, Luke, Grant, and Jordan Gainey. From Tucson. You were born and raised here. You generally don't have teams like that.
No, I would say no, but I think that's just we had a special group, and then you look at those Shadow Mountain teams that we're going up against. They were nationally ranked teams, so we wish we could have won a couple more state championships, at least one more, but like, hell, those guys are playing at a high level. Bibby's got a job now, coaching Division I. So no, for what we accomplished, we're very happy. And for what, coming out a little of Tucson, we can play too.
All right, let's talk a little bit about, kind of the upbringing and everything. So a good buddy of mine, his name is Marcus Price. He played, this is how old I am now, Evan. He played basketball with your pops at Tucson High. He was a freshman. Your dad was a senior. It was a really good team. There was a guy named Hakeem Rasul, who's still the best probably prospect I've ever seen here. Ralph Zarate, who was a parade All-American. Your pops is obviously, he's run the Roadrunners. He's done a lot of stuff for youth sports. You've always been around basketball. Talk a little bit about that upbringing.
Yeah, no, I've been lucky, man. My dad's been my coach pretty much for most of my life. So having him, just to look up to, and having him put in a lot of hours with me and a lot of sacrifice into the game, it's put me where I'm at today. That, and, with the help of other people in the community. But I'm forever grateful, and we devoted our life to basketball, and look where it's gotten me so far. So all we can do is continue to give back to the game and give back to the city and the kids coming up after us. So yeah, no, it means a lot.
Sure.
You, I know you also have siblings that are athletes, and is it a competitive family?
Yeah, but I would say like not too competitive. My sisters, I've got 4 younger sisters. One is playing Jaya. She's Division II. She just is going to graduate in the fall. She just finished up her career playing. I've got a sister going to Pima, a junior at South Point, and then a really young one. But it's just like whenever I can get them in the gym, it's like, all right, let's go. We're training. Or if I'm watching their games, I'm like, oh man, like you got to shoot better. Hold your follow through. Like, have you not been in the gym? What have you been doing? So I'd say there's the expectation is there between us. I'd say it's more encouraging than competitive, but we all like to win. And yeah.
When are you getting back to Tucson?
So I graduate the 29th, and then I'm pretty sure the 31st I'm out of here, and I'll be there. So.
All right, Evan, before we sign off, we're going to get you lots of Little Caesars deals and Baggins deals, my friend. Once you get back here, we're going to touch down, and we're going to make sure this happens. I took Murph to Baggins, and we used the discount, so we can definitely do that with Evan Nelson.
Hey, let's do it. I appreciate that. I love Baggins, and I grew up on Little Caesars, so.
Evan, you're the man. Like I said, super, super excited. You mentioned the word holistic. It's very holistic having you back on the roster, having you back in Tucson. You're the man, Evan. We can't thank you enough for your time.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I remember coming and doing your show maybe like 2 summers ago.
Yep.
So now, Jason, Mike, thank you guys.
Yep. It's our pleasure, my guy. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Yep. Take care.
Thanks again. All right. There you go.